Well, I witnessed the oppression of a waking night. Put under the justice to let the scar. Put this under the justice to let the scar.
Please, no. Dear me. I haven't a clue. No secrets with me, not a one.
Not a one.
Oh, please leave me be. Wait. Well, oh, we're finished. The curse, I beg you. You must keep. And if you should, please give. At your medallion, only but for dear. My lass.
Did you ever notice that hidden right here is actually an item? It's easy to miss because it's like barely visible. Somewhere, I thought, there it is. It like takes a second to appear. Not like I need the help, but it amuses me. I think it's fun to summon helpers. Like it's part of the game, you know? Oh. Thanks for the healing. And now she's not there. Alright, so the other place that I want to go... There yet. Is... here. I think that's going to be the closest I'll get. Might be string. Nice string. Alright. Here. Here. summoning? Dung Eater? No. What do you think? Tish or Flo? Oh, thank you for the follow. This build is crazy.
I told you that I or have you was my other. Oh, so then I've no. Let's try my apology. I hope that. Would you go? There is something. Will you show if you accept of the where? And they say in castles. Farewell. I will go. Forgive me. Call upon me when needed, and I will fight at your side.
All right, took care of all of that. Now, do I... Hey, Ivan. Now the question, it's going good. I just got on a few minutes ago. I just got set myself up for the Haligtree. Do I go underground now? Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't done Carrion Manor. And that will take... I want to go there. Hold on, there's a series of things, actually. I'm going to rewind, and I'm going to do the Vade quest line, which is going to take me to here. Is that the right one? Yeah, Wraith Blood Runes. Which will take me through here, which will take me here, and I should pass by there. There we go. Oh, sure thing. I'm pretty good with Discord. I've done quite a bit. There's some of this hyper complicated stuff that I haven't done, but that's an awesome offer. What I figured that I would do, Discord-wise, if I was going to go that route, is I would probably just pipe the microphone to Discord, as well as to this one. There's one up there. These guys have actually hit me once or twice, which is sucks, because if you're riding toward them, you can dodge them, but if you're riding away, you kind of have to predict where they're headed. Anyway, but I figured I would just pipe the microphone to both. Ah, I fail. Because I don't think that I would want... I mean, the other option would be, of course, to... I could pipe... It would be easy for me to pipe Discord audio to my feed. But then I run the problem of anyone can say anything, but then I could stream it. There's stuff to think about. can Streamlabs do Discord? Like, can it stream off to Discord? I don't remember seeing Discord pop up. Interesting. Have you done that? Is there, if I did a, well, the problem, okay, so there's a lot of like little tidbits kind of to think about. Not that I'm having any success making money doing this. I'm also not trying super hard. But if I start streaming on Discord and people start watching on Discord, there's no chance for monetization, right? Other than charging people to be on my Discord, which that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, what I'm just trying to think of is if there's a... I can multi-stream. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm streaming simultaneously to TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Twitch is actually a nightmare. It's a question of whether... Yeah, totally. That I get. But if I, you know... I mean, I'm not even paying for the electricity bill. For what I use to run the 2 PCs that I have. And that's not like the end of the world, but it'd be nice if I at least got that much, you know? Oh, here's something interesting. All right, new topic. Did you know there's a guy up here that carries a chest? So normally you see all these guys, they're digging around like this. They got torches, they got whatever, but look at this. I'm gonna get off my horse for this. Check this out, there's a whole bunch of these guys out here. Here's one. What's he praying to, right? It's not like there's no tree there. About this misery. But that's not the important one. In fact, watch this. So you come over to this area, and look, there's a guy with a chest. Actually, it's a rune, which when you're high level, it's not much, but Golden Rune 10 that you can reach pretty trivially. Yeah, I mean, if you're low level, you can go snag that, and that's what's that? 12,000, 10,000, something like that, 8,000. I just thought it was interesting. But you can get that super, super, super early in the game. Now, this will be interesting. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Oh well, no big deal. Hey, what'd this guy drop? Oh, just a second. Alright, well, now I do want to do this. Alright, let me see here. Drink up. Jesus. know what happens if I try and jump around like that much? I run out of stamina. God. That's crazy. Anyway, I always thought it was interesting. I've never noticed any other of those guys that have like a box. You know what I mean? Anyway. Alright, I'm done with you. Now we go back here. Coffee. Purple apples.
Oh, Lamb, I'm glad. You have a... I wish to a knight luminary... So,
Anoint me.
normally this rat, since the blood of any...
Alright, so there's a few ways to do this. The easiest is up at the belfries. Oh, yeah. Last thing in the world I need is loaded fries, though. It's not good for the midsection. I've already got too much of that as it is. Just gotta watch out for lobsters. There's one. Bastard. I hate those things. How the hell they squirt that out so fast is crazy. I mean, I do on my own time. I don't really stream them. I tried streaming Cyberpunk 2077. Nobody watched for like an hour. A couple people stopped in and left almost immediately. Yeah, it's a really long range, and it is super fast. Alright, so this is a... what's the right word? Cute trick? So there are a bunch of maidens. I can think of at least two that you can use for this. I've never tried the one in Hoslow's place. Right between the legs. But it turns out that you can revisit the one that's supposed to be your maiden, except it's already dead. Oh, just go back, reload, talk to him again, and say yes. You should be able to just go back to a... So, there are three things. Teleport away. There's the... I don't see... Killing Radon is a necessary step. There's no way that you lock yourself out permanently. So try this. There are multiple levels of resetting, causing new things to happen. So one of them is what I just did, right? Which is you just camp and come right back up. That is actually not quite the same thing as teleporting to a different one, camping, coming back, and then teleporting back. Now, it doesn't matter. Try teleporting to one that's not in the area, camping, and coming back and do it again. The third thing that you can do, which actually is different, is you can pass time. And if you specifically pass, I would just pass to night. And if it only dials a tiny bit, then pass to morning or pass to night again, just to get it to rotate fully around. And then go and try. It seems like there's no way that you can lock yourself out of a massive part of the game, and I thought killing Radon is even a condition for passing certain barriers, and they can't permanently lock you out of barriers like that. So there are 4 belfries. There's the one I'm at, there's that one there, and there's the one, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 4th one has an imbued sword. That will work in one of these 3 to open up the teleporter. You'll notice there are human messages like this, and then there's system messages like this. Precipice of Anticipation, that's the one you're looking for. It's always this one, though. Not those 2. It's always this one. Use the imbued sword key. There's only a few of these in the game. There are enough to trigger all of them. You just have to find them. And then use the teleporter, and it takes you back to that spot where you start the game. And when you're like low level, they put you in toe-to-toe with a boss that's designed to be very difficult to beat. Unless, of course, you're on a multiple playthrough. Once you're back here, this should all look familiar now. Once you're back here, backtrack. And there's now going to be a door open that was not open before. Just keep backtracking. Now, you can walk straight in the church, but go here to this door, and there's a couple items to loot. You've got this, and you've got this. This is where you start. And where you find your maiden's already dead. So interact with it. Once you get to the point where you have the clean cloth, interact, get it, anoint it in blood, come back. Cheers. West. Oh, clench your teeth or something. You know, I've played this game too much.
You've completed, and with this, a knight. Now, this... Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never forget, for it is what you have. Oh, amid the power I've got, but you mustn't. The meeting was luminary. We must. One day, right, my lord?
All right, I will show you now the best way to get across the map. So he just gave you this item and tells you don't use it yet. We're going to use it anyway. So there's a trick. Make sure... Did you teleport away and teleport back? Huh. The only other thing I can think of is... what if you teleport away, change it to night, and then go back and talk to him? Maybe the festival has to be done at night. So you specifically went there when it was nighttime. Oh, hell. That's not what I meant to do. Hold on one sec. Okay, there are a few things that you can try. Interesting, interesting. Okay. All right. I'll give you a few things you can attempt, and then I'm going to go back to doing the run. All right, first, you can try... hold on. So, try going... have you been to the Aldous Plateau? Have you been up here yet? Ghost. Have you been up in this place yet? Okay. Teleport specifically to a Grace up in Altus. And then teleport back and see if that works. That's the first thing. Second thing that you can try. Have you done any of Selen's quest line? Have you even spoken to Selen in here? So if you go and talk to Selen, that's the second thing. The third thing that can sort of free it up is if you go to Carrion Manor up here. If you haven't done this yet, finish this area and go and talk to Ronnie here. But there's a fourth one, which a lot of people skip. Okay, you could try and go and talk to her again, but there's an... okay, if you've already done that, you may have already passed Blade, or the Blide quest line. If you ride through this area... Where is it? Here. No. Here. If you ride past the Mistwood Ruins, do you hear the wolf howl? That is clearly a human howling like a wolf? Or have you done this quest up here? Okay, so you talk to Blade here. go back to the the next thing is at the Radon Festival, go back to the participants that are in the festival and talk to Blade directly and see if you can interact with him there. There's one more, and it's a much more drastic. Did you finish that part? Have you killed Blade? Okay. Did you get the knife and give it back to Ronnie? Did you go to the... Did Ronnie leave? Yeah, she's you're way past... Well, you can go back and talk to him a second time. Did she already leave? So once you talk to her, you want to talk out her whole set. And then if you've already turned in the blade, did you go to the third tower? Were you able to get into the third tower and use the teleporter? This one? Okay, so go back, make sure that she's not here anymore. Walk out of the tower. You may end up getting into a fight with him. Once you've turned in the thing and she says, oh, it was you and not Blide who blah, 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 blah. Go out. You're going to get into a fight with him. Now, unfortunately, it means you probably can't summon him for Radon. But maybe. I don't know. You're kind of in a state I've never been in. If you fight him, just kill him, I guess. He doesn't really give you much choice. Head back out and go to this tower. This tower will teleport you. Look around. There's at least one chest there, I think, in a weird spot. But that will have a teleporter in it that you can take to a new location underground. You can get there another way, and you may have done that, but it's to a new location underground where you can pick up a Ronnie doll. Pick up the doll and go to the next, it's very close by, there's a Grace. Camp out at the Grace, and there'll be an option to talk to the doll. Do that. And it's going to do 3 dots, then do it again, and there's going to be 3 dots, then do it again, and she's going to start talking to you. Go through that whole conversation and start working your way through that area. When you get all the way to the bottom of the area, you can talk to her in the doll form one more time, and she gives you a task and tells you stuff. This is the only thing I can think of, because it advances her quest line the rest of the way. You've already advanced all the other quest lines that are adjacent to it, so I'm a little bit surprised that you're getting that answer at the festival. Other than that, I would Google it and see what other people have said. I really quickly checked, and these were all things they said to look for. There is a point at which... No, don't be sorry bothering. I like answering questions and helping. There is a stage where... In fact, I may actually be at that stage. Hold on, where am I right now? I'm down here. I'm gonna come back to this. So there's actually a point at which, I don't know if it's going to happen, it might, where you come back here and this becomes an arena you actually fight in. And it's not in that state. And I don't know what puts it in that state, honestly. But you could try talking to everyone that would normally be in here. Who you can talk to, that is. The other thing you could do is, if he says, I have no use for you, just look and see if you can talk to this guy.
At Brave Cheselub Festival.
If he's here.
If I'm no longer, I have a told business. May we meet? May we meet?
He shouldn't be, because that's when you beat the festival, right? You go through these doors. See if you can go through these doors. And just actually go to where the festival is.
It's time. May we meet?
Okay. Yeah, if the doors are locked, then... Let's see. Yeah, so see how this is now a fight. And... Hold on, let me make sure I've actually got stuff that I want. Ooh, whoops, wasn't paying attention. That's how you get the Rune's Greatsword, by the way. Yeah, that's weird. Sorry, man. You're welcome. So that guy, by the way, the guy that I just talked to, he actually has it in for selling. So now, if you come here, I may not have advanced Selen's questline long enough, but if you go out the front door, I'm going to get back to where I was before in a sec. There'll be summon things here. Yeah, Dagger's crazy. Alright, back down to this. What's my favorite weapon? Blasphemous Blade. I mean, I know it's basic, but in reality, it's just kind of the perfect mix of everything. It's got a heal on it, right? Oh, that reminds me. I do want to do this. this. For argument's sakes, this. Oops. Alright, so follow along this left wall. There's going to be stuff you can pick up this whole way through. And don't even stop running unless one of the beams that these guys shoot out is going to smack you. Just follow this left wall. Lots of little useful things to pick up. Rune arc. Look for that. Make sure that flame is not there, because it'll actually, you can run into it and it will do damage. Just keep following the left wall. Picking up all the goodies. Crazily enough, you can even run into the cave with the guys in it. They ignore you. And pick up the stuff that's in here. You can run into the next cave. Pick up Swarm of Flies, which is actually an interesting spell. Alright, these guys will not ignore you. So if you're going to do pickups along here, which is fine, you're going to be tempted to grab that. You can. I would recommend against it because you will have started pissing things off. And these guys, if they get into the right mode, can actually do a shit ton of damage. Keep following along this left wall. See those little golden eyes? That means I want to kill some of these guys if I want runes for it, which I do. Oh. I'm going to tap this. Oops. Normally you would use the, normally you'd use the, what's it called? The golden blade, whatever. Oh, I'm like level 425. And after this, probably level 426. Oh. That guy down there with the golden eyes is the whole reason I'm doing this. And I'm just not having good luck in getting him. And I think I finally got him. He's just worth it. They're worth a ton of runes when they have those glowing eyes. So I figure, what the hell? I haven't played Bloodborne. If you have, I have the golden sword. I just didn't have it equipped. So normally, if you're doing the, hold on, this is gonna make me heavy, I think. Nope. If you're doing this, the bird farm will actually slow you down. Once you have this sword, that farm is trivial. And I didn't put any of the extra items on that give you extra runes. I'm not doing this because I'm going to farm for like 20 minutes. I just had almost 2 million runes, and I didn't want to lose them. And this, I think, is the best way to avoid losing them, is just to spend them on something you can actually use. This sword you get from beating the very last boss in the game, the Elden Beast. Oh, jeez, really? Still need 100,000. All right. So, yeah. And take your time, man. Take your time. Oh, here. That should have done it. Oh my god. Start pushing up the end. I don't need Vike's Spear anyway. You know what I've thought about? Let me check something. Oh yeah, take your time. God, it's worth... This game is the best money you'll ever spend. Think about a movie, right? What are movies where you are? 12 bucks, 15 bucks, 20 bucks? They're like 20 bucks where I am if you go to prime time. That's 20 bucks for 2 hours, right? Not including popcorn and all the other crap. Just getting the ticket to walk in. This game, you could play this game for 100 hours. I've got 500 hours on this character, but you could do 100 hours and finish the game. At 50 bucks, that's 50 cents an hour instead of 10 bucks an hour. It's crazy. All right, where was I? Sword chest. Okay, so there's another suit of armor that's actually really good. That's kind of high-end-ish, and it's this Armor of Solitude. It actually looks really cool. But when you're... gotta find all the parts. I may be able to hit light load. Hold on here. If I switch to it, let me see. No, I'm not going to hit light load with just this. But if I go through and I tweak this, for example. No, that still won't get me there. Interesting. Yeah, medium is medium. It wouldn't matter. Alright, put this stuff back on. Kind of a bummer. If we went much lighter, what does this do? Hold on, this has an interesting thing that it does. Alright. We'll leave it like this. Okay. Where was I? Oh, and then I can put bikes back here, although... this. Sorry, I'm messing a little bit. All right. So I got to where I wanted to be here. I'm not going to go further along in this yet. All right. That puts me back to this area. So I want to do... Let's get Ronnie's questline engaged. That's going to be here. Oh, it's got the double swing. That's cool. Yeah. Jousting. Oh no! Alright, that changes things. Hold on. This is such a crazy moveset on this thing. I just like playing around. I mean, that's what I think makes this game fun, right? And this is what totally makes it worth playing, in my opinion. I love making stuff fly. Woo! And coffee. So if you're careful, you can actually skirt these ruins, but it's a double jump, which I've actually failed once.
I presume. I am an old soul here. Perhaps.
Oh. Don't need that.
Oh, and if you come to, I am Toten. Brace territory. When the real after Levkarian, I can, that is one less you.
So, it gets really tempting to try and do fancy avoidy stuff. And I've actually found that it's easier to try and see where try and just track where it is and dodge around it. You can follow up kind of the left wall and hop around, but there are a couple places where you end up inside the line that kicks you off the horse, even though you're outside the wall. So that's the only thing you kind of got to watch out for. Okay, so, huh. Oh no. You don't want to be hit by those. That sucks. don't actually plan to do all of this. I plan to run past it. Which also means that big guy that's about to drop down. Just don't be too close to it, because when they slam down, they'll stagger you. There's actually a merchant up there, by the way. But you have to get it from outside. Hey, baby Ashley. I'm okay, how are you? This is one of those places that's worth running past, even your first playthrough. Stuff's so convenient. Get up here. Yeah, it's my favorite game. At least right now. Boink. Love the laser beam. Hello. Ow. Since it came out, although I took a bit of a pause. I took a bit of a pause in playing the game. For in between. Hey, Ghost. Boink. pretty good for this. Tish. I... Not Tish. Should have known. This is an exceptionally difficult game. It is designed to be hard. It's what makes it worth playing. So, what did you reported what happened in-game that you, like, gave the wrong answer and now you're stuck? Is that what you're talking about, Ghost? Oh, it's absolutely worth playing. It's just really hard. But the key is to take your time and enjoy. And of course my doorbell just went off. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. So did they offer a fix? I don't know. That seems... That seems like the kind of answer they give when they don't want to actually do any work. I mean, it certainly could be. What? So I've actually managed to get him to 0 hit points, and he just still flies away. Cheating bastard. Hold on. There we go. That's the tower I want. I try some of those things that I mentioned. There may be other things. It seems like they can't have left behind a glitch that you basically lock yourself out of game advancement. I can't believe this deep into the game and how long the game's been out, that a glitch like that remains without some way to work around it. Maybe it is. But for what it's worth also, you'll be able to get to the same spot at a lower level with more skill than what you had before. But that doesn't sound right to me. That sounds like they've grossly oversimplified. They don't want to come up with the fixes that it would probably take.
Oh, I believe it please Atane. I have no intrigue. Wilt thou? I am the that I might well. I soured, but I require. I anticipate. Good. Art thou it left go there. Like thee, heed not. I'm sure. Like thee, heed not. I'm sure the other.
Now, have I... Oh, okay, so I'm stuck in this area until I talk to everybody. It's actually one of the more irritating things in the game. But like I said, it seems sketchy to me that there's no way around that.
You have agreed again, the Carian I. Together. Together.
So, it is possible to get to the underground. Do you know how to do that?
I see. Yes. I don't know what since I asked. Common pig should if it were up, but who? Common pig should if it were up, but who am I?
It's like normally Blade would be here, but he's not because I've already advanced the game past that point. So, I'm... Well, here. You've done all this, right?
This doll still. I look... And it will be... I look...
I just started it.
And it will be... I look...
Alright, so now I'm free to go where I want. I don't care about the Saluvius stuff. But I can go underground now, which is here. So, Ghost, do you know the other way to go underground? Okay, in the Frenzied Flame area is actually the one that I'm talking about. Yeah, you can get to... Do you know how to get all the way to Lake of Rot? Do you know how to do all of that? It's okay that you don't. It's not obvious. It's not intuitive. Because there's two ways to get... So, alright, here's what you can do. I'll do it, because, I mean, I was thinking about going down there anyway. So, once you get to... the city... Let me think about this for a second. Yeah, so once you get to the city, you can ignore all of these guys. They're mostly just an irritation. Just follow this path, jump over onto this house, get to this, don't mess with anything, and just jump down here. There's going to be a gate to open. And from here, you can follow through. And what you're looking to get to is the underground balcony, which is not difficult to get to. I'll get some light going on here. So you go, basically you go all the way down here. It's a straight shot, you know, there's corners, but you can't go any other way. Get to this balcony, you don't even have to climb down there, and run straight through, get this point. Now, have you been through this area yet? Okay, so this whole area, I'm about to do it, takes, it's helpful if you know how to get through everything, and I kind of do. I'm not sure what fighting these guys is going to be like with these knives. This is the first place where stuff's about to get really interesting. So there will be an aspect of exploring this. So once you clear this area, you go through, there's 3 entrances. There's one straight ahead in the ground. There's one there. There's one here. I'll just do this first. So first there's this area. This is kind of the easiest one to get to. And this is the weird thing. Wait, that can't be right. There's no way that I'm out of those. What? That can't be right. Oh, alright. Well, I guess it is. Okay, there's one up here anyway. What I'm trying to do is get these guys to fight each other. But I ain't having very good luck. That should do it though. There we go. Got to be careful with the targeting. I also find in here, it's very dangerous to run past stuff. Ah. Now there's a guy there. Usually they get knocked off, so I'm kind of weirded out by that. Ha ha! Uh, 426, I think. There's a guy right around this corner. Right there. What I'm curious about is... fight him now? May as well. I can open the gate. So there's a basically you can open these gates. So this is kind of like explaining this. You open these gates and they give you closer access to certain areas. This being one of them. So this is watch out for their hugs. So bleed buildup is the big thing. So this gets you back to that starting area. And when I said I wasn't sure how well these guys were going to go when I was fighting with this stuff, this is basically what I was talking about. Very reliant on getting the bleed effects on there. Hey, Micah Connie. I want that. That. So, this area that I just skipped, that I went... what am I trying to say here? So, I skipped a thing that you can do here, which I do plan on doing, which is you can come down here. You want to make sure you jump into this corner, so you land on that. You can then go down further, but you got to make sure you stop at the other one. Now, there's a lobster right there that you're going to have to get past. Ah, and that's what sucks about these guys. Doom roll. And grab this. Now, had you come this way anyway, you can come up here. So I just reset all those big guys up at the top. The ones with the horns sticking out of them. What are they? The horn whatevers. Now, thing that you should know, these guys are actually summoned by a snail. And they'll just keep getting summoned back until you basically do that. So this lever opens a door right here. And this is back to that same room we were just in with a big dude right there. So the one nice thing about this particular location is it is easier to kill this guy from here because he can't get down to where you are. But then you also have to suffer his spells and all that stuff that might make it down. Now, one of the reasons I also carry this sword is it is also very effective against these guys. Much more so than the darts usually are. Like that. Okay, what's your question, baby Ashley? And don't ask me if I'm interested in your artwork. Yeah, that's the Smith script dagger. So that completes that circuit, right? I still haven't opened these doors. That's a different circuit. So, there's this gate, and then past that gate, there's a set of doors. It turns out that you can run right through here, drop down through the floor. I recommend this is just a purely convenient weapon for getting around down here. If you're interested in Dung Eater, he's down that way. And fire is how you can get rid of the plants building poison up. Not really worried about poison. But these plants have entirely too many inhibitions, you know? Oh. So this gets you up to where Dung Eater, where his whole quest line is done. Watch the ceiling. That's actually where stuff is. Oh, I forgot about that guy. I'm an idiot. I walked right into that. I knew he was, as soon as it popped up, I'm like, I forgot that guy. So the beauty of this sword is it works super well against these guys, because it makes them do that the first time they get burned. But they're super weak to fire. Oh! There you go. All right. So you need to get the key to this from Dung Eater up in the round table hold. I forgot to do that. No big deal. But now you've seen kind of the process. You can actually run past all this stuff. You just have to deal with the hands at the top when the flowers are trying to nuke you. So once you get into these tunnels, this is where stuff gets a little bit more interesting. You don't necessarily have to kill everything, but you do want to watch out for these holes. If you explore all of it, hold on. Uh-oh. You want to go back through this way, basically. And, where is it? Let's go past here. Alright, there's a guy at the top there. That's what you're actually interested in. Get these loaded up. No, I'm okay. Thank you, though. Alright, if you get into trouble, you can go through the vents and you can't get through there. He can shoot his, that attack that he was about to do, he can shoot that through, so you gotta watch out for that. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so this is that door, that other door you have to open. Ah, wicked. Alright, so once you've cleared all this stuff up, and I make it look a lot easier than it is. I've done this area a bunch, etc. So grab your loot, open the gate, open the doors. This is one of those places where it's really easy to get lost and not know where you're supposed to go next. So all the gates are open. There's one more door that I need to open. Now here's the thing. These guys will guide you as if you're supposed to go down here, right? This is not the right way to go, except I actually want to kill this guy for some healing. So when you come out this door, you actually want to go down here, carefully. And this guy down here is really sad. Isn't that crazy? More plant life. Maybe 2 more here. So you might want to go down that way. I forget if there's anything like lootable down there, but there's nothing. That's not part of the path to get to where you're going. You actually want to go here. As always, just watch out for the basilisks. Now, this guy right here, that guy has actually managed to, like, even backstab me before when I've not paid attention. What we're going for is on the other side of this. So, watch this. I'm going to put a, colored stone. You don't have to do this. This is just so that we can see it later. So there's a red stone right there. So this will take me up into this room, where this guy is, and we're going to, let's see, let's do all the buffage, so we can get the extra damage. This guy drops Omen Bairn. That he always drops. The cleaver is a rare drop, but he always drops that Omen. And when you use it, it calls a bunch of the little floating wraith things that go after stuff. I never found it to be a particularly useful thing. Okay, so this gets you to the top of the tunnel system. And here. So this completes all the, like, looping through and opening up the ways to get places. That's that first spot right there, which I'm going to go... Oh, actually I'm not, because I want to show you where that redstone was. And I've already managed some of these guys. Oh. I just want to leave these guys there to kill people. That's not what I meant to do. That's okay. Trying to do is to get that guy to track on to somebody else, or get somebody else to track on to him. And he has. Now it turns out there's another guy right there. Ah, all right. There's a guy who's going to appear behind me. I just want to get past this. Oh, that's weird. Well, all right. So, you have two options. There's a ladder you can kick down here. If you kick down that ladder, the guy that's down there, I killed him earlier, the one that dropped the Karen Bjarn or whatever it's called, he can climb up that ladder and chase you. So, this is the secret sauce, is what I'm about to show you. Forget all of that. You're going to go here. You're going to jump past the first one, keep following down. And you're going to go down the second one. But you're going to get jumped at. And there's your redstone. You don't really need to do that, but that's what you do. And we're going to go down from here. So this is it. This is the end of that puzzle part. Now, I'm still getting to... you don't want to... Oh, you can jump down here. Never mind. I thought one of these... Now, that is actually a... Yep. I'm messing around. Now that it's just the little guys, it's a bit less of a concern. All right. Get on this. And we're done. So the ghost, this was primarily for your benefit. I know this took a little while, so I'm not. Hopefully, you're still there and kind of following. But once you get down here, grab this point. Now you actually have a boss fight next. Mini Moog is what I call him. It's basically Moog, but only phase 1. You don't need to wait until morning or anything. That's me hitting the wrong key over and over again. So what you do want is you want to get, where is it? Your Moog Shackle. You pick it up down in this area. Remember where the lobster was? He's in that area where the lobster was. You just keep going down. Down, doobie-doo, down, down. Okay, Moog is going to be in there. So if you have any prepping to do for the first time through, there's no ghost wall. You're going to want to do the prepping here. And am I going to want that guy? fight is hard with the thrown daggers. He doesn't take much damage from the madness stuff, which isn't a surprise. Ooh. We hit him with a big spell. Yeah. So now this is actually the big part. I'm going to show you a bunch of really useful things here. So the first one is obviously, get the point. This is where you get the Erdtree seal +1. I'm not going to take it. Hit, run into, roll, whatever, this back here, and you're going to get a path down. This is your next. The next thing that you want to do. And I'm going to take this moment to show you an additional thing. So you go down, hop, hop, go down, grab the yellow ember, go to this corner, inch your way out, land here, scoot back to the edge, spin, and you're going to want to jump to this one. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You want to scoot back again, here, turn, jump again. Now, this one is tempting to jump. Do not run off this edge. You get Inescapable Frenzy. And that is the fingerprint shield right there. So if you want to use fingerprint shield, it's right here. That's the item. I'm going to leave it there because I want to be able to pick it up. I want to be able to show people where it is later. But that's where that one is. Now, you can go down to that level down there, but you don't have to. Now you can run off the edge safely, hit the bottom, hit brakes, and then land. Once you get down here, you've got a point. Now, what I'm showing you, Ghost, is behind me. So I'm not going to camp here. I get a nasty gram from Renala, or Ronnie, or what? Not Ronnie, Malia. So this wall is fake, but you have to roll because you can't do any weapon stuff. Another fake wall, and this takes you on a different route to get to the depths. So this is a different way to get here into Deeproot Depths. Once you get here, this is where stuff gets a little bit interesting. Oh, that's not what I want. You can be on mount. I'm not going to pick up any of this stuff that's sort of floating around here. I'll leave that to you. But these ants can be kind of exciting. Various ways to take care of them. Because I have the laser now, I can hit them with this, which is actually a super successful way to do it. Your goal is just to go down. You know, you can explore, but ultimately you just want to keep going down. But you're going to want to do it in a way that is sane and safe. Like fireworks. Watch out for more ants here. Now, see the shadows right there? That's those ants. All right. So the particularly persnickety part is done. It's the ants that can cause you a lot of troubles. I have. You can use your heavy bow to knock them around a little bit, whatever works. Now, you want to end up at the other end, and the way you do that is by jumping off onto this branch, or landing on this branch. And ignore that guy, ignore everything until, I mean, you can pick up some goodies, right? But ignore everything until you can get over here. Ah! Eek! No! Fire. Okay. I am going... are you still here, Ghost? I'm asking because I'm going to skip something to get to show you. Yeah, okay. So once you've done all of that, I'm going to skip a set of caves that you do want to go through right there. There's a ton of big Lord's runes in those caves, and there's a spell right there. Use the top of my helmet. There's a spell right there to loot. Through there, you go through that area and then back there. But there's a bunch of ants and stuff that you got to deal with. I am going to skip all of that for now. I'll go back and get it later, just so that I can show you what I wanted to. What we need to do is get to the other side. Now, normally, there's another way to get here that involves, well, basically a place that you've already been. So we're going to hop over to this branch, or route, that's actually what it is. And then ignore all of this stuff. I mean, if you can pick it up off the ground, obviously, that's fine. But don't worry about fighting any of this. There's just little bits on the ground and stuff. If you can get them, great. If not, don't sweat it. And there's a Grace here. Where you're going is there. We're going to that tip waterfall right about there. But there's going to be some fights along the way, so we'll do that next. You can mount and ride some of this, but there are a couple spots where if you try to ride past, it gets a little bit dicey. Unless you want to skip a point to pick up. So there's this guy. Nope, don't get out of that. watch out to the right. There's actually something there that will hit you unexpectedly. What? Lies. Alright. I got cutesy. That's what happens when you get clever. My spell order is different than it used to be, so I'm going to the first thing that looks like a buff spell, and it's the heal. It used to be my last spell in the order. I can fix that, but, you know, lazy. Ah. What? You've got to be kidding, Amy Bell. My headphones aren't working. God, do people really fall for that crap? I guess they wouldn't do it if it didn't work. Thing is, this time I'm probably going to kill him before he even gets to me. So that guy up there is what I was talking about. Just got to be careful. That fire will do a lot of damage. Stupid horse. Alright. You want to grab this. Camp it. Okay, so this is something a lot of people don't realize, and I didn't realize, actually, for quite a while. So, that guy's back that's riding around, by the way, you just want to kill him to get to here. There's a few things that are lootable in the area. These aren't big. They're not, like, super important things. But, you know, as long as you're here, you may as well grab a couple. But what's important is this. This is a restable coffin. Now, by using this coffin, you can actually get to the area that you normally use Ronnie's quest line to get to. But if you haven't finished her quest line properly, she won't have her little doll in this spot. But you can use it. Hold on, let me skip. But you can use this to get to that area. And this is the way to get here without doing her quest line. So if you're stuck, you might be able to kickstart something by coming down into this area. Is the only thing that is the only thing in here that I like. If you then pursue this, you can keep going down into the area where her quest line would have progressed and ultimately end up in here, the Lake of Rot, and that will ultimately lead to here. So that's the only thing that I can think of in terms of kind of like kickstarting something. The other possibility might be if you go back and you kill Moog. If you go back and you kill Moog and go to the DLC, maybe that'll fix the encounter. Because the whole point of the whole point of it is they take Radon, who you killed, and they stick it in Moog's body, if I'm remembering that correctly. So if Radon hasn't been killed yet, maybe that's a way to kick the quest. Otherwise, I don't know. But I would also search for that problem online, and I'd look for DLC. Maybe you can force summon him in an arena with one of the add-ons that you can get. So that, unfortunately, that's kind of the best that I got. I'm not going to pursue this further because I plan on doing a couple of quest lines. In fact, one of them that I plan on doing is back here. Oh, I didn't go in there yet. All right, good to know. Best way is going to be tricky. All right. All right, coming down here. Now, this is very on purpose. I want to get transported because this will shorten my runtime. Come on. I know my system's faster than that. All right. Let's see. Here. So grab all these crystals if you can, if it'll let you, as you run down. This is what you ideally figure out when you're new to the game, but if you never look on anything when you're new to the game, you get screwed. There is one where you are actually truly screwed if you can't beat the mob. A place you get locked into, but this one you can run outside and get out of it. But I want to go someplace very specific. If you're new to the area and you haven't picked it up yet, especially early game, you can pick up one of the best early game DPS summons right here, this one, which is one of those rot dogs. It's super powerful because it gives the dog, as it attacks, will build up rot on a boss. Oh man, rot's a lot of damage early game. Actually, it's a lot of damage all the time. Now I actually don't care about any of this, so I'm just running past stuff. No. No. It's ridiculous the range those guys have.
I'd hoped a strap. Don't fret. Should you accept, I will teach. I need your name resting. When the earth but millers for this, seek the needle. It's hidden, and I was secret.
Alright, so now I'm going after the swamp and the needle. And this should be interesting. Going down there. But just in case, we're going to pick up a... What is it? I didn't go my usual way, so I may have missed. Merchant.
What?
Nothing I want. There's a site of grace down here somewhere. Oh, did I just see it? There it is. It's handy to have the one on this side of the place where the troll is guarding. You didn't see him, but he's up on those cliffs up there. There he is, right there. Now, one comment about this area that I'm heading into, if you are not careful, you can actually inadvertently end up with the Rot Knights, which is fine. But you want to pay attention. Oh, there's one. Because they can be kind of mean, especially if you're lower level or you're really bad. But what I want is in that. I want that guy. And for that, I'm going to go with Dung Eater. Oh, I hate those long swings. Come on, get off of there. It wouldn't let me move. Ah. What a pain. Ooh. There's the unalloyed needle. Yeah. They have an amplified version of it later. Alright, so remember when I said you want to grab that? This is why. You can't go straight back to where I wanted to from where I was. Gotta... But you can from here. So see, there's the troll. And he throws pots down that do huge damage. Yeah.
Has go on. Well, the work of it. Can you give us well made? As well made as it is.
Alright, so what you need to do in Celia is can you see any from here? Yeah, inside these towers, not this one, but the rest of them, there's things that you light. I think they're like bells. I'm pretty sure I don't need to worry about that. Oi! I do. Alright, that's the entrance I want to go through. Alright, beautiful. Off the horse. Good lord. Alright, so this is the 1, I don't usually do them in this order. Yep, should be able to get to here. There we go. Now, as you open these, doorways in the town also open. Usually I start with this one, and I go the other way. So that seal is broken somewhere is the message that you're looking for. I hate that. So this also lets you do a fight I don't want to do. I just want to get through that opening. Reset. So there is a way somewhere up here to hop up like all the way up here, and this avoids this little run up. Where is it? But I'm not sure it saves any time. Now, this one is worth doing a little swing around because you can get the sacramental buds. Those are useful. And what you're doing is you're looking for her. Again, reset everything.
Well,
Have
my
the
flesh
conversation.
is if you are wise, you will leave my flesh.
Now, I think we have to reset.
If you are my flesh.
Wait. Didn't I get the needle? Oh, I have to go... alright. Now I have to go back to him. Forgot about that. Yeah. I forgot. You have to wait for him to get the needle ready to be built. My bad. Good call, Bets. Watch out for the guard dog. Dregs.
The needle, will you give it? I will reward. Tend it to a wretched.
Alright. Oh, come on. Why am I still locked in combat? Is that stupid guy up there? Alright, back to her. Okay, so the trick behind beating Commander O'Neill is
Your wives,
to
my flesh
ignore
writhes
Commander
with
O'Neill
scarlet rot.
and
You are to quell the scarlet
kill
rot.
his helpers first.
Never mind. I would rather trust you than would you mind? Well,
All right, so camp. Yeah, don't don't do the whole thing. Sometimes people say ignore the ads, fight them. That's for other bosses. This on him, 5 guys shooting arrows at you. It is not the fact that they're doing little pings of damage. It's the fact that every time they hit you, you stagger, or you have a chance to stagger, and your poise gets reduced. You lose your poise bar, gets emptied to the point where he can break your poise. So what you want to do is just ignore him and go sweep through the ads. If you summon something to help, you want to summon something to help that's just going to make a big mess. That's a fight I really like the marionette soldiers on a first playthrough. I think they're the best summon in the game in the first playthrough. They just get too fragile in later playthroughs, but in the first playthrough, they can take a few hits, and they do a ton of poise and stagger and just damage in general.
my apology. Everything, even the night. Not that I could, but I with the needle, my destiny. It's all thank. My name is Miller. I with the needle, my destiny. I with the needle, my destiny.
Okay, so you go through, make sure that's gone. Did you use the jellyfish for the quest that it's intended to be used for? That's the big question. Hey, what's up, Alexis? We are doing the Millicent questline. I haven't done this in probably 8 playthroughs. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, something. So I decided I've only perhaps. Well, I must. Well, I must.
Okay, so must stay strong. Important note. I do not want to have to ride back through all that crap again, so I'm showing you the cheap way to visit a site of grace for purposes of advancing the game. It is, in my opinion, losing your patience. Yeah.
Thank for giving the... Understand? You've been as thank of the lost. Oh, indeed. It seems, however, no. As I've is to be for.
All right. I've got all of those. Let's see. Do I do it again? Yeah. Some friends of ours have kids that are just now getting into high school. Well, one of them started playing, I think Elden Ring. It might have been Dark Souls 3, but the same thing would still be true. What? That's weird. Why wouldn't it be able to go online? Well, anyway. And their kid was playing.
Please make like her mother, but come on.
All right. I may not be able to do that trick. Sometimes it won't work. Oh, yeah. They seem to enjoy it, but apparently they would also rage, like full desk banging, screaming at the monitor. Yeah, Ghost. Apparently, Ghost caused a glitch when he said no to the Radon Festival, and now the Radon Festival's gone. Oh, actually, one more, Ghost. Have you talked to Alexander anywhere? Have you done any of the Alexander quest line, Ghost? How far have you advanced it? Like, did you visit him in all his sites? Or just the first one where you have to push him out? So, Ghost glitched and cannot now go kill Radon. And we're trying to think of associated things that might sort of kick it back into a better state. Did you visit him the time you have to cover him in oil? Okay. Did you visit him in the lava lake? The problem isn't Alexander directly. When they went and talked to the guy, instead of saying yes, let's do the festival, he said no, and now when he goes and talks to him, all they're saying is you're not ready for that yet. So it's like whatever it was that allowed him to do it was untriggered, but the thing that got him to that point is no longer there. So there's only a couple of specific things that I can think of. I mean, I gave you some ideas, but there's only a couple left. One is if you can go to Alexander and kick his quest line just as far as you can kick it, that would be one thing. The second thing is there's a teleporter to get to the castle in Caelid, which you get to from here, Fort Gale. I think it's Fort Gale. Go to Fort Gale and go to the top. And there's a teleporter that will teleport you to the castle. And I wonder if that will cause like a reset. He's actually pushed the Ronnie questline very far. And it's not inherently just the fact that other quest lines were advanced, because I've actually gotten to the point where I could not advance further until I killed Radon. I'd already killed Millennia. I'd already done Ronnie's full quest line. I'd done everything that you can do up until Radon. It's the only thing that I hadn't done. And so I kicked Radon, and then immediately I could get to the Fire Giant. I couldn't get to the Fire Giant because Radon wasn't dead. In the teleporter in Fort Gale? Go to Fort Gale, and there's a teleporter at the top. You have to fight everything through there. If you get to the teleporter at the top, it will teleport you to this side of the bridge. Here. and then you can walk up from there. That's kind of like, and there's, if you go around the back of the castle, right? I think there's a way to get to the back of the castle, back here, where there's a ladder that you can go all the way up to the top, and then you can go back down from there. But did you do it after trying the teleporter? I'm just trying to think of ways to get the game to kick back into a mode where it thinks, that the festival, or where it resets the festival part before it loads it full of people. That's the only other thing that I can think of. Right. This is where I want to go. Erd Tree Gazing Hill. Yeah, I'm trying to think of ways that might cause the game state to alter, because teleporting from there might, for example, open the front gate.
In truth, the Scarlet as such, though rather I realize I could have after I should like. I think she's in the land. Now she's passed. Now she's passed.
All right. So now, oh wait, I did. Okay, yeah. Okay, here, old Altus Tunnel. Oh, I didn't send the letter back down. There's multiple ways to get inside. So normally Blade, so the problem is that you kicked Blade's quest line further along. Then normally you'd be able to, if you, because in order to get him to go to Norcon, right, you have to get him to, you have to beat Radon and open the big hole in the ground. Funny thing is, now that I know the easy way to beat this stuff here... Uh-oh. That guy, for example. Ooh, there were two. Forgot about that one. Alright. This will be a first. Let me... Hold on. Crap. Nice. Clean rot knights. Bleh. Valkyrie's prosthesis. That's what I wanted. Alright, takes me back here. So I'm advancing her quest line as far as I can without heading toward the fire giant.
Now, she's passed. Are you giving me the... I think it might be... If it might be perhaps, then I...
Now, Crazy Witch's Village. I think that's the next one. None of them dropped it. Oh, maybe? No. I got a cleaver. That's no good. Queen arc. No. Alright, so... that is totally doable. I just need to not be greedy. The usual. Aw, crap. I was planning on going to kill her. Now, what's weird is I've never seen it, but I've read that she is supposed to be summonable here, but I've never seen the yellow thing for that.
Perhaps it is for us. It is the. It is the.
Alright, she's gone again. Okay. Now I have hit my limit, so the question is, do I want to do the Frenzied Flame ending or not? Actually, I want to do the Forgiveness quest. I've never done it. So for that, I go down and I get the Frenzied Flame. I like the tree. It's not miss. I don't have to choose that now. All right, balcony. So... Alright, I have a recommendation here. Explain to Nick. There's a recommendation coming if I get that far. I mean, I assume I'll get that far. But... Lightning. The Bolt of Grand Sack's lightning build. A ton of fun. I gotta admit though, this one's getting close. This is probably number 2. Both of those, however, are fairly high-level constructs for builds. You know what I mean? But this is fun. Seriously. There's something very... I don't know what the term is. There's something really fun about this. Oi! Ah. Got the skeleton. Just gotta get the timing down. Now, if you need... Alright, so this is where the recommendation comes in. Yeah, but you only get the cutscene if you agree to do the festival. Okay, super tempting to go down there now. Don't. Down that entrance. We do want to go there, just not yet. I don't think you're supposed to get the cutscene unless you say yes. Come get this grace. Go ahead and reset everything. That's fine. But get this grace, then come back. And then we'll go down that way. Not what it is. Oh, something else. I find it very useful to drop a glowstone when you get in here. In fact, a couple of them. Oh no. There we go. Get that bleed burst. Alright, so when you kill these guys, this is why, remember when I said earlier, this is kind of a trick. When you kill these guys, there's got to be a way. We need to get clever. It teleports you to the other end of this bridge, which you have to, if you don't have that point, you have to run back. Or you have to go all the way back to the castle and then do the whole run in again. By going and advancing to the next one first, now we can teleport to it. So if you go, how can you get into the castle and you just can't get in because there's a ghost wall? Thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. Well, that implies that the festival's not active. Right? What if, okay, I mean, this is, if we're in drastic measure territory, right? What if you, yeah, you said the fog wall's not there, right? You can still go talk to the guy? Wait, you... bosses? What bosses? What do you mean? That fight's not supposed to happen until after the festival is beaten. So you have that teleporter point for after that fight? So you only have the one that's in the room behind that little audience area. So can you teleport to this spot? To here. And then if you go here, you can run in, but there's no teleporter in it, right? Okay, if you go here, are these doors open? What about this one? Okay, so what if you can get here, right? You can get to this point. Have you tried jumping off the wall here? That way? So this is the arena area, right? See if you can, like, take a running jump. Yeah, no mount. See if you can take, like, a running jump. I doubt there's anywhere in there that you can survive a fall. That's actually would be ideal. If you could, it's going to be, like, right out over there, where my rune count is. But there's no way. You can test survivability of a drop with, I'm assuming that you will die, just to be clear. So you can test the survivability of a drop by dropping a colored stone. These. If it shatters, you die. But sometimes it's hard to get to the spot where you'll actually land. Yeah, so this is, I found a few of these places where there's you're not dying because you fell and took falling damage. You're dying because there's a death drop location. And I wonder if you jump into that death drop location. See, this should be pointing into the arena. Yeah, but that's not what happened here. That I died before I even hit the ground. There are places where they specifically design the game so that they're lethal, even if you don't hit the ground. And this is one of those. They don't want you to be on the outside of that wall. So even though there's a spot, I was clearly landing in a spot that should have been okay, and there was just no way. There are some tricks you can do. Is this one? Hold on. You have to get a heal spell queued up. What cologne do I use? I don't wear cologne. Or if I do, it's a bunch. It's by request. Let's... Alright, a couple things. Actually, one. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a moment to sort my thoughts. I want that to be healed from afar. I'll take that to be Shibiri as well. You will be laser. You will be alright. Now you will temporarily be Lord's Heal. Ah, okay. Yeah, I would try going on the outside of the wall, but I'm going to show you a trick. Get a heal spell that works like this. No, not that one. Crap. Hold on. You need a heal spell. Right, it's Lord's Heal won't work. You need a heal spell that you can hold, which I thought Lord's Heal was one of those. Unless they took that away. Lord's Heal instead. Let's try Great Heal. See how it's holding? I'm going to show you a trick that may not work. This dips into some old school rune farming tricks that actually one of them still works. So you want to get to the spot where falling would kill you, and instead, as soon as you go off, so see how I can cast the spell? Oh, see how it's forcing it? It won't let it stay casting. So I'm going to try. It's not going to work, but I'm going to try. Yeah, it won't let me do it. So there's a trick where if you get squashed down casting a spell, you won't actually trigger that death sequence. It doesn't seem to be working. So maybe falling on the other side of the wall, jumping out there, might work. The thing is that the idea is if you're in that mode where it thinks that you're supposed to be in the arena, maybe dying here will set it back to where you can get back into the arena. That's the only thing that I can think of. Trying to think if there's any place else. Clearly you can go out here, but there might actually be a spot to drop to here. Nope. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, that sucks. Alright, so we were going to the Forbidden Lands. Yeah. Well, worst case scenario is you're much better at playing the game than when you started, and you should be able to get back to the same point pretty quick. What? That was awful. They think they're so clever. With their poisons. What the heck is that? Oh, Somber 7. I didn't know that was there. I didn't know that was there. Cool. Yeah. What? I didn't know you could summon her here. Well, that's interesting. This is new to me. Yow. Love it. Ow. Oi! Aww. Hate these guys. Alright, well, that's why I have spells too. I didn't know there was a summon thing for her. Maybe it's because I've never advanced her quest line far enough by this point. I usually... Where's her summon sign? Usually... let's get done here. Here we go. Nice. Usually I get really far along, and then I go back and summon her. Oi, that hurts. Ow. Oh no. Madness takes its toll. So listen closely, but not for very much longer. I've got to keep control. I remember doing the time warp, drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me. The voice would be calling. Sorry. Yeah. For sure, for sure. Holy moly. Man, this guy. Yeah. It's not the funny thing is that this is not usually how I fight him. So I'm doing something different than what I usually do. Oi. Holy cow. Oh, well. Too late for Dung Eater. Mini waterfowl. 11 and 7 are supposed to be the same, but people keep saying stuff like that, and honestly, I just don't believe it. At least a few fights seem like they keep getting harder. But I could be wrong. I got a break for lunch. That's what I gotta do. Alright, I'm gonna take a break here. I gotta get some lunch. And see what I gotta do for the rest of the day. I got busy weekend coming. So, be awesome. Miami Metal. Woo! Be awesome. Do great things. And I hope everyone has an awesome new year. I will see you guys next time, perhaps. Please come back. I really appreciate it. Anyway, y'all have a fantastic rest of your day.